me, Jackie Murray. Oh, give me that look. That's right. Let's get sweaty. Let's get real sweaty. I'm talking rainforest sweaty. I'm talking swamp sweaty. Let's fill the bathtub full of sweat. All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Run GMC podcast. This is a special episode on a Sunday. Usually I only want to come out with podcasts Monday through Friday. So today's episode's special because of what transpired last night on May 30th around 9:45 in downtown Las Vegas. I, myself, and my girlfriend went to the George Floyd Protests just to get a taste of it. I'm a person who has to see things to believe it and to truly understand how monumental these protests are. I'm glad I went to, especially last night, because I got to see the peace and I got to see the people that lost control and were not being peaceful. I didn't experience the time where everyone was marching in peace. I imagine that was very beautiful. I imagine that there's a lot of people in there that are wholesome and that would not be the people to be harming the police officers that are here to protect us. I want everyone to understand that looting and violence against these officers themselves is not the way to solve any of these issues. You're doing nothing more than dividing this nation. Those officers that killed George Floyd are pieces of shit, and we all know that. They're the lowest of the lowest when it comes to people that are just horrible. That's the absolutely worst you can be. Now, I would be remiss to think that the police officers that we have here in Las Vegas are even remotely close to what those police officers were in Minnesota. They've never talked. They might share some views, but I don't know that. Why would I want to hurt somebody that has done absolutely nothing against me? You're hurting our chances of solving this shit right now. And I'll go into what the problem is of this and what a possible solution is. But the scene last night, I walked down the street. Within the first 10 minutes, I see groups of scattered people running down streets of downtown saying, let's go around to the next street. You know, they're blocking off that street. There's tear gas. I saw motorcades pull up right in front of my face and a group of 10 men go tackle another man, probably because he was one of the ones that was not peacefully protesting. And rightfully so. If you don't peacefully protest, then you can leave. You don't belong with a group of people that are trying to make a difference the right way. You're doing it the wrong way. If you are looting, if you are throwing rocks, I saw a man throw an egg behind a wall, mind you. The people that are the strongest in these protests, people, go to that front line and watch the people that keep their mouth silent and they hold up their signs, and no matter what is going on around them, they don't fall under the influence of all the people doing wrong. They're standing up for what they believe in. And that's that justice needs to be brought now to the other police officers that were involved in that case. I know they were fired, but they should be prosecuted. It's tough to talk about this and not bounce around a lot, but back to the scene. Tear gas everywhere. Immediately, you really understand the implications of what's going on here. They are trying to keep this as contained as possible. And when people lose control, there's only certain things you can do to contain people. And that is trying to get people to go down streets, trying to get people to maintain a level of decency that they can be proud of. I'm sure in 20, 30 years, your kids are going to ask you, or people are going to ask you, what did you do during these protests? Were you a person throwing rocks in being violent, or were you a person standing up peacefully for what you believe in? You have to answer that truthfully when that time comes. And I felt that last night that, I don't want to be that person causing all these wonderful people trying to peacefully protest, causing them to have tears come out of their eyes. Their skin's burnt. The way that your skin on your face burns when tear gas affects you, you can't get that from a video. You have to feel that in real life to understand how painful that is. And that's all because people couldn't control themselves. I'm proud of many of you who went out last night and protested peacefully. We need more of you. We don't need people looting and destroying our city, the one that we live in. Have respect for where you live. But beyond that, the underlying problem in all this and why this will continue to happen is the division in our nation. Last night, Trump tweeted out that he's calling for Antifa, the anti-fascist group, to be declared as a terrorist organization. For you guys to know what fascists are, the Nazis were fascists. It's a dictatorship-like cult quality team that opposes another group of people. Kind of sounds like what he's trying to do, right? He's trying to divide everyone under his word. Anti-fascist, don't get me wrong. Like I said, the looting's bad. But to call these people protesting anti-fascists, I hope that everyone understands that, I hope you are anti-fascist. He declared that us as anti-fascists are a terrorism group. We have to understand that and not divide. And understand that once we get to justice for the people that killed George Floyd, that we need to do our due diligence in the fall and vote to get this man who is not a man of a united nation. He does not want the United States to come together. Because if that happens, he loses. And he knows that. In war, I'm sure everyone's heard the strategy. Divide and conquer. He's gotten into a position of power. And he's just slowly divided and divided and divided until he conquers. Think about what he's doing. He's encouraging through tweets for people and power of states, the mayors, the governors, to use the National Guard against peaceful protesters. I saw something very beautiful today as I was watching the New York protests. They said that they were chanting that if you see looting, call that out and call out that they're wrong. As a group, unify behind that looting is not okay. Chant that it is not okay. Because if you loot, you fall directly into Trump's hands and it's only going to get worse. My fear today, on May 31st now, is that this will become violent between our military and our civilians. And when that happens, I can't even fathom the kind of mayhem that will go on in the streets. The problem's the division. The solution is unifying together as a country. Voting to get the people who are in power that want this division out of power. Protest against the looting as you're going through your peaceful protests. If you're going out to Mandalay Bay or downtown Summerlin tonight, protest against the looters, as well as trying to get justice for all of the people in America who are treated unjust. Right now, I think is the perfect time, especially if you are in those front lines, to forge relationships with the people protecting you. I was able to talk to an officer so easily last night. It was later on in the protest, right around 10:30, and it was just me and Cameron. And as we were walking down, I was able to talk to an officer. I was like, why do we have to leave? You know, like, what's causing all this dispersal orders and everything? And he says it's once people break the law that they have to follow their dispersal orders. I mean, they're getting paid for this. You know, that is their job, is to protect our city from people going crazy. I don't want Target set on fire in Las Vegas. I don't want downtown to go up in flames. And for you people that think that's okay, it's not. Understand that. I was able to talk to an officer last night and try to forge a relationship and an understanding of what they expect from us as citizens and what they're told. You can talk to these people on the front lines. You can understand their points of view. I feel many of the officers that we have that believe this is wrong need to stand up. I've seen many videos of officers saying how wrong this is and how they believe that justice should be served and how they see that there is a serious problem in America right now. So stand up. If you're a police officer and you truly believe that, show the people that you believe in that. They're right in front of you. And the people need to show the officers that we believe in them. Unite. Don't divide. The second we become more divided than we are right now is the time that this country will crumble and we will fall under leaders who don't have the best interest in our heart. A true leader unifies and gets people to work for a common goal, to come together. And America needs that now more than ever. But obviously it's not coming from the top. So it needs to come from you. Each and every one of you listens to this podcast today. Stand up for what you believe in. Stand up for unifying. You must love one another, regardless of color. And that's what I saw last night. White people, black people, Hispanic people, Asian people, all coming together to fight for what's right. Because white people, it's not us right now. And I pray that it never becomes us. And I don't want it to be black people anymore. And I don't want it to eventually be Asians or Mexican people. And the only way for that to happen is to unify. And to fight that all lives, regardless of color, are equal. When you're out there at the protest tonight, please try to talk to a police officer. Get their side. Understand them before you tell them that they're a piece of shit and then they're a bastard and that they're a pussy and that you try to throw something at them because you see somebody else throw something at them. Talk to them. Those are the people protecting you. Build that relationship that you'll feel comfortable with eventually. I plan on going out tonight. Me and Kim plan on going out to downtown Summerlin tonight just to check it out again. And I'm going to practice now. Finally, what I believe in. It took me going there last night to get the true understanding of what I believe in as a human being. And the only solution that I came up with is that we all love each other and unify. Yes, there are some bad apples in the police department. Just like there's some bad apples at those protests. Those people I do not want to be a part of. And you, in order to be a part of the group that I'm going to unify with, need to change your ways. Need to love your brother. Need to love your sister. Need to respect the environment that you live in. This is a community. Understand that, people. On a very lighter note, the gift card giveaway has been announced. I'm going to announce our winners. All over the place. Fuck it. Time to announce some gift card winners. Our winners of the gift card giveaway. Thank you for all that have followed and shared and supported this first week. It's only going to get better, guys. Besides thoroughly enjoying podcasting, I find it relatively easy. It's not a lot of editing. I'm a lazy person, so if there was a lot of editing involved, I would probably suck at this. But I just upload, my thoughts. But you guys continuously supporting and giving me advice on what to do in order to grow my podcast just makes me extremely happy for what we got going on now and even in the future. Continue to share, like, and support. Our winners are Joey Savini, Joey Januso, and Isaiah Sem. I will be DMing you guys, trying to get in contact, see how we're going to give you guys these gift cards. But those are the 3 winners from the gift card giveaway. Joey Savini, Joey Januso, and Isaiah Sem have won $20 gift cards. I plan on doing more giveaways similar to this. If it's not gift cards, I like sports stuff, so maybe some sports memorabilia, maybe even Stone Cold Cash. Who knows? I plan on doing more giveaways in the future, and I appreciate you guys listening to me. Please continue to listen, like, share, support, comment, talk to me. This is about the Las Vegas community. So I want the Las Vegas community to be involved in every podcast that I do. Thank you guys. George Carmona, signing off. Do-do-do-do-do.